evening, and welcome to the More Summer 21 Adventures Day 41. A beautiful travel day, nice weather, nice traffic, light even through Birmingham, which was the bigger city that we went through or went around, or that wasn't that much traffic. We left the campground where we were about 10:30, and when we got to the state line and to the Welcome Center for New York, we pulled in there and waited for about 45 minutes or an hour, because if we hadn't, we would have got here too soon to check in. And that's the drive today was about 3 hours and 40 something minutes, give or take. So anywhere from 3.5 to 4 hours is what it was today. We are at the Hammondsport / Bath KOA in Bath, New York. It's a beautiful campground. And I'm really surprised with it being the middle of July and kids are out of school that it's not full. Let me show you, and I hope I don't make y'all dizzy when I come around here. All right, but here's some rigs there. But there's 3 sites between me and the swimming pool. There's no one. Now, I'm hopefully, if you can see, let me see, find the pool and find that car. Okay, here we go. You can't see, but if you see right there, there's a building in that area. You see the roof of it? That is the store and check-in place, but there's one of the 2 pools. There's some more campers over there, and you see they're not crowded in. All right, all the empty spaces over there, spaces back here, and then our map there. Okay, and after tomorrow night, New York will get added to it. So, but this is, I say it's a KOA, and it's not full. It's a beautiful area. We got mountain range over here, got a ridgeline mountain range over there. It's really nice. We're basically 2.5 hours southeast of Buffalo and Niagara Falls area, and 3 hours southwest of Cooperstown. And we were going to stay up at what they call Bass Lake, but things didn't work out that way, and this place had openings, so we stopped here, and we selected here, and it's basically in between the 2 areas that we wanted to visit, Niagara Falls and Cooperstown. So it worked out good for us. It really did. Having said all of that, folks, good weather today. We got here, we got set up, no problems. Chris and I went over there. The swimming pool's maybe 30 yards from us. Okay, so, and this one is just like a swimming pool. The one that's over by the check-in area and the store, it's got all the stuff for the kids, and you'll see the kids walking right on past this one, going to the other one, because that's where it's got all the toys and the games and whatever else. So, but it's a good day here. We had good travel. What can I say? This has been on our bucket list for a while, really. I won't say it was all the time. Excuse me, folks. I'm trying to get the other phone set here so I can do the scripture when it comes. But I'm just surprised that this place and even the spaces between the sites are ample. A lot of times, not just KOA, but a lot of campgrounds across the nation, and we've been into a lot of them. The 4 solid months on the road last year, and over a month this year, plus weekend and week trips. They'll pack in like sardines, but not here. If someone's to pull in today, right now, there's at least 10 feet or more between their rig and the edge of the patio that I'm sitting on, that's next to the RV. Okay, so I mean, it's a nice place. It really is. Just happy to be here. I contacted some friends back home, and they're from the eastern part of upstate New York, so maybe I'll swing through their towns when we leave here in a couple of days, and take some pictures of the road sign or whatever. I can text it to them, prove them that I was here, whatever. But hey, folks, it's been a good trip. It's been a good trip. This is the second spot without the grandson, so we're starting to get back into our routine. Okay. Grandpa didn't have his helpers, but that's okay. And it's all good. It's all good. I'm not going to go any more than that. Had a great time with Mark and Terry the last couple of days. Those viaducts, it just amazes me that they were built so long ago and still in service. And I mean, one of them, the Susquehanna one, built in 1840s. Come on, folks. The other one, 1915, but still, gone. But anyway, hey, hopefully, the plan is tomorrow, maybe do Cooperstown. Of course, the border is still closed, so we knew we wouldn't be going to the Canadian side of Niagara, but we'll be on the U.S. side, and maybe take the boat out. They got tours, from what I understand. I'll find out more tomorrow. But it's all good. And I hope you enjoy the pictures today. Some of them are from around here, but a lot of them are just on the trip up here. Going from northeastern Pennsylvania into south central New York, and then over to the west. It was funny. We were on Interstate 86, and all of a sudden this notice comes up on the GPS, state border. And my wife says, "What? What's going on?" I said, "Well, Mama, I don't know." I said, "Maybe we're going back into Pennsylvania or something." Sure enough, dipped down in Pennsylvania. Half mile later, we went right back into New York. The craziest thing. Okay, so we got signs that says state border, but it doesn't have the Pennsylvania sign. It doesn't have the New York sign. It says state border. A little green sign on the side of the road. That was hilarious. We went through. We didn't go to the state park, nor did we go to the racetrack, but we went through Watkins Glen area. Of course, at the Welcome Center, they had a race car there, promoting New York and Watkins Glen. So I got a picture of that. But it was just a good travel day, and a good day just to come here and relax. It's you're not all enclosed in like we were at the last campground. And don't get me wrong, I like that campground. It was a good campground, for campgrounds. And if we're back in the area, that's probably where we're going to be staying, because it supplied every one of our needs. Granted, the Wi-Fi was sketchy, and when you're trying to post things every night on 5 different sites and doing your banking and all the other stuff, online, we had to go outside the campground to get a strong signal, and that's why some of my stuff was so late the last 3 days. I don't know if we're gonna have that situation again for the next, rest of our trip, but it is what it is. Okay. And speaking of it is what it is, I've already been on here 9 months, 9 months. Oh yeah. Good night, folks. 9 minutes, 9.5 minutes now. So today's scripture, Psalms 102. Serve the Lord with gladness. Come before his presence with singing. Isn't that's what it's all about. We were created in God's image. He says, let us create man in our image. And we were created to serve and worship him. Serve the Lord with gladness. Absolutely. You know, I've told you before, and I'll say it again many, many times. You'll probably get tired of hearing it. I am so unworthy, but yet so grateful and so humbled that He would see fit to save me, to send His Son to die for me. And all the things that I've done, that Christ would die for me. So that now when God looks upon me, He doesn't see that sinful creature that I was, and at times still am. Not to that degree, but you know, God doesn't have a scale of one sin is lesser than this. A sin is a sin in God's eyes. Okay, so now bad I was in man's eyes is just as bad as a little thing in man's eyes, which is, oh, it ain't nothing, you know, it's just a little white lie, it's just a little fib, it's just, you know, he didn't really hurt anybody. No, all of that is a sin, is a sin, is a sin in God's eyes. From stealing a package of gum in the store to murder and homicide, you know, it's all sin in God's eyes, you know. So serve the Lord with gladness, and I do. I try, you know. I fail every day, but I say, Lord, pick me up, forgive me, you know, and I keep on going, you know, and come before His presence with singing, you know. Have you ever thought about why, when and if you do go to church, that the first part of the service is singing and praise and worship and with song, okay? Come before His presence with singing. Scripture tells us to, you know, because when you start doing that and singing, it gets so much better, okay? And the Spirit can just move within you. Folks, you have a blessed day. I hope you had a good Sunday service. For those of you that went to church this morning, those of you that are on the road like us, I hope you enjoyed your online service as much as we enjoyed ours. God bless you, and we'll come to you the same spot tomorrow. Take care. Good night.